Hey everyone, welcome to a quick flow for headstands. We are going to do a headstand at the end of this practice. If you do want to do one, or if you just want to do everything leading up to it, that's perfect. If you do want to do a headstand and you are not sure about it and you're practicing, you're beginning, then find a wall. Don't just do a headstand out in the open for the first time. I mean, you can if you really want to, but I really advise against it. Headstands are great inversions. They're great for blood to flow from your feet all the way down to the brain. They stimulate the brain, bringing blood to the brain. They release the neck, release the shoulders, release the back, release the spine. And honestly, just flipping everything upside down feels really good sometimes. When you're on your feet all the time and you are constantly upright in a grounded direction, it can be nice to just flip. So that being said, we're going to start in a tabletop position. Shoulders come over the wrist, hips stack over the knees. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Finding the floor beneath you, feeling connected to it. Feeling all of the points of body contact that you're making with the ground. Breathe in, lengthen through the crown of the head. Your gaze is in between the palms. Tucking the tailbone slightly under, feeling the length of your spine. Another breath in through the nose, fill up the belly. Feel everything expand, feel your breath, fill you up, circulate throughout the body, and exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, drop the belly, send the gaze up to the sky for cow. Exhale, round out through the back body, separating the shoulder blades, sending the heart up to the sky. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Let's take 2 more rounds of this. Maybe finding some organic movement of your own. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Maybe you round out and find your gaze shifting from left to right. Inhale one more time. Exhale for cat. Inhale to return back to center. We're going to send the right arm out long. Left leg counterbalances. Tuck the tummy in towards the spine. Breathe in, finding this balance. Reach through the fingertips, reach through the toes. As you exhale, bring the right elbow out beside you. Left knee will tap left elbow. Almost like this counter cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, counter cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, counter cactus. Drop everything back down. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. This time, left arm reaches long out in front of you. Right leg reaches back to a hover. Find your nice point of grounding, tucking everything in, rounding out through the shoulder blades. Send everything a little bit longer, and then bring the left elbow out beside you. Right knee will tap right elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap and hold. Breathe in. Feel the points of contact that your body is making with the ground. And then release. Find a round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck the toes under. Bring the knees slightly to a hover. Bringing in the tummy again towards the back body. Always using the core. Always keeping it engaged. Creating heat here, breathing in. Exhale, send the hips up high. Downward facing dog. Feet are hip width distance. Relax the shoulders. Separate the ears away from the shoulders. Maybe you pedal out the knees. Maybe you look left and then right, up and then down. Finding one more round of breath here. As you exhale, begin to shift your gaze up towards the top of the mat. Walk the feet up for a forward fold, finding words today. Inhale for a halfway lift. Chest comes forward, shoulders go back in space. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the palms up overhead, rise, and exhale, find your forward fold. Let the upper body hang just as heavy as the lower body, bending through the knees, using the support of the thighs for your upper body. Grab opposite elbows, shift from left to right, ragdoll. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Plant the palms, step it back, plank pose. Hold your plank. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists, rounding out through the back body, tucking in the front body. So the stomach tucks in closer to the spine, the chest pulls back in space as your shoulder blades separate. Hold it here. Breathe. Feel this heat that you're creating throughout the body. Push it back for a downward facing dog. Take a nice breath in and out. On your next inhale, begin to roll the spine forward once again, finding your plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, hold it here, round out, keep it active, feel all points of contact that your body is making with the ground. You're fully supported here. Breathe in, feel this elongation of the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips shift high and back. Begin to slowly lower the forearms down to the ground. Walk the toes up to the elbows. Taking a nice breath in for dolphin here. You can shift the weight back and forth. This is a very active pose. If you'd like it to be a little less active, then you can walk the feet back in space, but continue to shift the weight forward and back onto the forearms, just feeling what this feels like. Dolphin pose is the pose that got me to be able to do my headstand. And this is dolphin pose. One more inhale. As you exhale, bring the knees to the ground, child's pose. Take a moment of rest. Deepening your inhales, lengthening out your exhales. Your breath will be your guide for getting your headstand. The deeper you can breathe, control your breath, control your movement with your breath, and sync the two, the easier it is to find balance and focus in your headstand. Oftentimes it takes a long time for a headstand. But with practice, it's what you make of it. Everybody's different. Begin to shift back into the forearms. Send the toes out behind you, coming into a forearm plank. Breathe in. Exhale. Hold it here, creating core strength. Begin to walk the toes back up, bending through the hips, shifting back into your dolphin. Weight shifts forward and back, forward and back. Creating strength through the forearms. We'll begin to push into the palms, coming back into a downward facing dog. Step the right foot up in between the palms and spiral your upper body towards the long edge of your mat. We're gonna come into a wide leg forward fold, allowing the upper body to hang here and create a sense of balance, a sense of weight, balancing out the two. Maybe you even take what you need. If you need to stretch your shoulders and arms out, then I recommend interlacing your palms at the back and pulling the wrist and the arms up to the sky. You can bend one knee and then the other. And then slowly begin to rise up. Expand, both arms go up wide. Star pose, big breath. Take up space. Spiral your feet back towards the mat. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back, lower down to the belly. Inhale for a low cobra, peeling the chest off the mat. Or an upward facing dog. And exhale for a downward facing dog. So we're gonna get into our headstand. Begin to lower your forearms once again down to the ground. Walk the feet up. If you'd rather take this from your wide-legged forward fold, that's also an option. Sometimes it's easier that way. But I prefer dolphin. So what is helpful for me, and what was, some people, I guess, are against this, but it was helpful for me to get my headstand. I use the forearms against the ground and interlace the fingers to where I create this sort of shelf, or not shelf, that's not what the word is, a basket for my head to rest in. And I put my hands just above my neck on my lower skull, on the occipital lobe, whatever. I put my palms here, and my thumbs find either side of my neck for extra support. And the top of my head touches the ground, but the goal is to not put the weight into your skull. You don't want your head to take everything, so you really want to build forearm strength, shoulder strength, and core strength to hold yourself up and lift energetically up to the sky so that your head isn't getting all of this weight, because that's how you put pressure on your skull. I mean, you can get headaches, and I don't know. But a way to do this for beginners is to put your feet facing a wall. Come onto the forearms. Find that grip. And actually, I'm realizing now, I don't put my fingers on the back of my skull or anything like that. I actually put them on the front of my skull to protect it. Okay, this is a big shift. Sorry, that's a really big difference. So before you do that, bring your palms to protect the top of your skull. And then you can walk your feet up a wall if this is easier for you. Yeah, my head's not even touching the ground. My head is in my palms. And I actually take like the center of my, like right here, to protect my skull so that I'm not putting all of the weight onto it. Yeah, don't grab the back of your brain. That may create injury. I probably need to edit that out. Okay, so if you're in dolphin pose, hopefully you got out of dolphin pose or you skipped through, begin to shift your head into your interlaced fingers. And then one at a time, maybe you shift back and forth, just playing with kicking your feet up. And then you'll begin to bend one knee and then the other. Sometimes it's easier to have a quicker pace getting into it and a controlled stop at the top. Sometimes it's easier to gently rock your weight into your hips and send the legs up to the sky. Using your breath, using your point of focus. Finding one thing to focus on. And you can start to play eventually when you find your balance. But yeah, doing this up against a wall, either where your feet are facing, if you just want some supported L stand practice, or where your head, the back of your brain is facing, so that if you fall, you have the wall there to catch you. But basically, your weight will shift into your head, into your arms, into your forearms and your hands. And then you'll stack the weight of your hips over your upper body. Because the thing is, if you're here, you can't really you've got to be able to trust that if your hips come over your shoulders, you have a controlled stop. Because if you have your hips a little, if your shoulders are here and your hips are a little further back, you're not going to be able to balance the weight evenly. You have to stack your hips over your shoulders and find balance there. So wherever you're at, eventually we'll return to a seat and close practice. You can continue to play with your headstands if you like. You like to take a child's pose. Finding rest here. Relaxing the forehead down on the ground. You can find Shavasana or close practice with me. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead if you're closing practice. Bring your palms to heart center. Namaste. Thank you for practicing headstands with me. I'll continue to have videos like this come out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you want to flow with me, I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Enjoy your life. Namaste.